Let's dive right into it. Choosing a tech ETF, it seems super simple, right? Just kind of pick one and you're good to go. But what if I told you you're not just picking a fund? You're actually choosing between 4 completely different investment philosophies. And honestly, making the right choice here, it could be the difference between pretty good returns and, well, life-changing wealth. So today, we're going to break down XLK, VGT, QQQ, and SMH, and really get to the bottom of which future you're betting on.
Okay, and you know the drill. Before we jump in, just a quick reminder. This whole thing is for educational purposes, it's not financial advice, so please always do your own research.
All right, so before we even get into any of the numbers, any of the charts, we've got to start with one single question. This one question is going to shape our entire decision. Seriously, it's the most important thing you need to ask yourself right now.
And that question is, what are you really trying to buy here? I mean, really think about it. Are you trying to invest in, A, the big, broad, established tech sector? Or is it more B, you want to invest in the entire innovation economy? Or maybe it's C. Maybe you're looking to make a super specific targeted bet on the AI infrastructure that is, let's face it, changing everything. Because each one of these ETFs, it gives you a totally different answer to that question.
Okay, let's kick things off with XLK. I kind of like to call this one the purist's choice. It is by far the most cost-effective way to own all the big heavyweights in the tech world, pulled straight out of the S&P 500. Super simple, super clean, and incredibly cheap. All right, next up is VGT. Now think of this one as casting the widest possible net you can. It tracks over 300 different tech companies. I'm talking from the absolute Goliaths of the industry all the way down to the little small-cap innovators. So you get this incredibly broad exposure to the entire IT sector.
Now, QQQ. Okay, this one's a different beast entirely. It's not really just a tech fund in the old school sense. Nope. It's a bet on the entire innovation economy. It tracks the 100 largest non-financial companies on the NASDAQ. And this is so key because it means you get titans like Amazon and Meta, companies that, believe it or not, the other 2 funds we just talked about, they don't hold them.
And last but not least, we've got SMH. This is the specialist, the surgeon's scalpel, if you will. It is a highly concentrated, super aggressive bet on the companies that are building the actual foundation of the AI revolution. I'm talking about the semiconductors.
Okay, so we've got their philosophies down. Now let's talk about cost. And this is where things get really interesting because we run into this fascinating paradox where what looks like the most expensive choice might actually be the better bargain.
All right, just look at these numbers. I mean, on paper, this looks like an open and shut case, right? XLK is, well, it's dirt cheap at 0.08%. VGT is basically the same. Then you've got QQQ, which is more than double that, and SMH is just, it's in a league of its own at 0.35%. That's more than 4 times the cost of XLK. So, case closed, right? We just picked the cheap one? Well, not so fast.
Because that tiny little difference, it has a massive impact over the long run. Get this. Over 30 years, if you had $1 million in SMH, you could end up paying around $234,000 just in fees. That is a jaw-dropping $177,000 more than you'd pay for XLK. So obviously, SMH is a terrible deal, right? Well, this is where the plot thickens.
Because here's the crucial pivot point. The key to this whole thing. Cost is king, absolutely. But it's only king when the returns are pretty similar. And when we look at these funds, we are not even in the same neighborhood. We're not even in the same city. We are on completely different planets.
And boom, this chart right here, it tells the whole story. Let's say 10 years ago, you invested 100 grand into XLK, VGT, or QQQ. Today, you'd be sitting on about $650,000. I mean, that's an incredible return. No one's arguing with that. But if you'd put that same 100 grand into SMH, you'd be looking at over $1.3 million. All of a sudden, that higher fee doesn't seem like such a big deal, does it?
So, what in the world is driving that kind of insane outperformance? Well, a huge part of the answer is AI. And that leads us perfectly into our next section, because we have to be really precise about this. Each one of these ETFs gives you a totally different slice of the AI pie.
Okay, this slide right here is super important. It basically shows the whole AI value chain. The easiest way to think about it is like a pyramid. At the very bottom, you've got the hardware core, the chips, the stuff that powers everything. Then at the very top, you've got the apps and the software we all use every day. So where do our ETFs fit in? Well, QQQ gives you a piece of the entire pyramid. SMH, that's a deep, concentrated bet just on the foundation, the hardware. And XLK and VGT, they're kind of stuck in the middle, right? They've got a mix of hardware and software, but they're missing some really crucial layers.
And listen, this is a huge distinction that so many investors they miss it. Because QQQ tracks the NASDAQ 100, it gets to hold these innovation giants like Amazon, Meta, and Alphabet. But XLK and VGT, they stick to a really strict definition of the information technology sector, so they completely miss out on those guys. And that is not a small detail. That is a fundamental difference in the actual DNA of your portfolio.
But you knew there was a but, right? That kind of explosive growth always comes with a price. And in investing, that price is always risk. So let's pull back the curtain here, because the higher the return you're chasing, the more risk you're taking on. It's that simple.
Okay, let me be crystal clear about something. SMH is not a diversified fund. I mean, just look at this chart. A staggering 75% of the fund is tied up in just its top 10 holdings. That's insane. It means your investment's fate is basically tied to the performance of a tiny handful of companies.
Now here's a little pro tip that a lot of investors overlook. The correlation between XLK and VGT is 0.97. That means they move in almost perfect lockstep with each other. It's because even though one holds 70 stocks and the other has over 300, their top 10 holdings are pretty much identical and make up a huge chunk of each fund. So owning both, it's literally like buying 2 copies of the exact same book. You're not getting any real diversification out of it.
And when it comes to SMH, the risks are really not something you can just brush off. First, the semiconductor industry is famous for its massive boom and bust cycles. Second, you're taking on huge geopolitical risk with companies like TSMC based in Taiwan. Then there's the whole risk of export restrictions hitting giants like Nvidia. Oh, and its beta is nearly 1.8, which means it's almost twice as volatile as the rest of the market. So yeah, it's a wild ride.
All right, we've covered a ton: philosophy, cost, performance, and risk. So now let's pull it all together. I'm going to give you a simple, actionable framework so you can match the right ETF to your specific goal. So here it is. The bottom line. This is your decision matrix, plain and simple. If your number one goal is the absolute lowest cost for pure tech exposure, you go with XLK. If you want to cast the widest net possible across the entire IT sector, big guys, small guys, everybody, then VGT is your choice. If you want to invest in the full innovation economy, all the big names, then you're looking at QQQ. And if you're ready to make that high-risk, high-reward bet on the AI hardware boom, then SMH is the tool for that job.
And I really want to emphasize that word, tool. That is exactly how you should think about these funds. You know, the biggest mistake investors make is thinking these are all interchangeable. They are not. They are specialized tools, and each one is designed for a very different job inside your portfolio.
So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, a really popular strategy is called core and satellite. Here's how it works. You could use QQQ as your big, broad, diversified core. Let's say that's 80% of your tech allocation. Then you add a smaller 20% satellite position in SMH. That way, you get that supercharged exposure to the AI hardware boom, but without putting your whole portfolio on the line.
So let's end on the single most important takeaway from all of this. XLK, VGT, QQQ, and SMH, they are not just 4 different flavors of tech exposure. They are 4 distinct, very specific bets on 4 very different versions of the future. And understanding exactly which future you're betting on, that's what will ultimately define your success.